We talk about Nintendo a lot here. We talk about Microsoft a little bit, but we haven't talked about Sony in a while. The biggest draw to the PlayStation 4 isn't its wonderful hardware. It's not its great online service. It's the large focus on exclusive games that you can only get on the PlayStation 4. Microsoft doesn't care about exclusives because if you're not playing games on an Xbox, chances are you probably have at least a game or two on your PC. Nintendo probably has some of the best exclusives out there, but hey, if you don't have a PS4, here's some of the games that you're missing out on. This entire video is just a way for me to talk about God of War. I'm not a fan of the franchise by any means. I was relatively late to the PlayStation, and the old God of War didn't appeal to me in the slightest. Just kind of seemed like over-the-top excess stimuli for the sake of being, I don't know, hormonal. Not that I don't enjoy my fair share of toxic masculinity, because I do. But this new one isn't like that at all. You're an older, wiser, grizzled Kratos with a kid.
Hang on, boy!
Boy. You're just as powerful, but take out all of that other mindless nonsense and you're left with a rich story, truly unique gameplay, and mind-blowing visuals. Look at that snow! Wow, oh my god, can you even believe it? But Bob, you may be asking, isn't it just a hack and slash? Yeah, but when I said that the gameplay was truly unique, you should have been listening. What the hell's wrong with you? I hate reactionary fighting. Punch, 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 then when the enemy does something, counter. God of War gives you so many different ways to take down your enemies, and so many different ways to evade their attacks. You're not limited to just dodge and punch, and the axe is the coolest thing ever. It's your own little Thor's hammer. Or, you know what? I'm not gonna get into it. I'm told the story gets really good. I'm not that far into it, so I don't wanna say too much, but I'm not disappointed so far. It's currently $60 and has a Metacritic score of 94, which is surprisingly only the second highest on this list. The first highest is The Last of Us Remastered. Now you're saying, wait, but that's a PS3 game. Yes, it is, and stop interrupting me. It came out at the end of the PlayStation 3's life cycle, and this is the remastered version, so the visuals get a substantial upgrade. Just look at Joel's teeth. Plus you get this dope photo mode. The Last of Us has solidified its place in my short list of the best video games of all time. It's not just a zombie survival tale. There are plenty of scenarios where you have to fight your way through infected and regular humans. Maybe even pin them against each other to thin out the herd. The way this game has you thinking, strategizing while also being a full-on action game is totally innovative. And since the resources are limited, every bullet counts. Oh yeah, and it has one of the best stories in video game history that can only be told in a video game because of the impact you feel by carrying out these atrocities yourself. The story and gameplay complement each other so well. It's something that no developer has been able to accomplish to the same degree still to this day. The Last of Us Remastered is currently just $20 on Amazon and has a Metacritic score of 95. That's the second highest Metacritic score of any PS4 game, only being beaten out by Grand Theft Auto 5, which will not be on this list because it is not an exclusive. Oh, and don't forget about The Last of Us Part 2 that's currently in development. You're gonna wanna get this one out of the way before you go on to that one sometime probably next year. By the way, as always, Amazon links to all of these games will be in the description below, and unlike the Nintendo videos, all of these games will actually be linkable on Amazon. Naughty Dog is my favorite Sony first-party developer, not because they developed Crash Bandicoot, because who f***ing cares, but because they developed The Last of Us, and more recently, Uncharted 4: Thieves End. If you've never played the Uncharted series, you're missing out. But if you're intimidated by jumping onto a series on its fourth installment, don't be, just do it. Don't listen to anybody, just play the damn game. You're not gonna be lost, it's gonna be fine. Think Indiana Jones, but made in 2016. You're an adventurer going on adventures who for some reason has to kill a lot of people. It's made by the same creative team who made The Last of Us. So it's like that, but way more lighthearted. That's not to say it doesn't get serious at times. This game does a good job of making you feel like you're the star of an action movie. It's $30 and has a Metacritic score of 93. Horizon Zero Dawn took the world by storm when it came out at exactly the same time as the Switch and Breath of the Wild. So for some people, it flew right under their radar. I don't know who those people might be, but it's not to be ignored. It was right at the top of a lot of people's Game of the Year lists last year. And for some, the only game they've ever gotten the Platinum Trophy for. It was that good. It's an action RPG with a unique setting, a world with primitive humans overrun by giant advanced robots that look like dinosaurs. It's also supposed to be one of the best stories in video games, but I wouldn't know anything about that because I was too busy with something else. No, not that.
Bomberman Brothers!
There you go. Horizon Zero Dawn is currently $30 and has a Metacritic score of 89. Journey is another old one, but it's another one that's also on people's short list of best games of all time. It's also one of the prime examples that was used in the argument for video games as an art form. The premise is nothing to write home about. It's more or less just a platformer, but you explore this beautiful, unique world. It's about a pilgrimage to somewhere, but this isn't about the destination. It's about the Jordan. The coolest part of the game is that other players can randomly pop into your game and you can experience the journey together. So you know that there's a human present, but they can't hear you and you don't know who they are. And you'll never know. It's a great overall experience and it's only about 2 hours, which I'd consider a plus. It's definitely worth your time. It's just $15 on the PlayStation Network and has a Metacritic score of 92. Bloodborne is the least Dark Souls game. How many of you did I trigger just now? It's considered part of the Dark Souls series, and I think rightfully so, because it looks, acts, and feels like a Dark Souls game. Some say it's much easier though. It's not as unfair as a Dark Souls game, so this is a major plus. If you have never played a Dark Souls game before, this might be the best place to start. This is another one that's on people's list of best games of all time. A lot of best games of all time on here. That's crazy for our current gen system. Anyway, Bloodborne is only $15, but it was just free on PlayStation Plus. So if you have a PlayStation Plus account and you just missed that, then you're stupid. And it has a Metacritic score of 92. Persona 5 is also on people's short list of best games of all time, said reluctantly. It's a JRPG, so no thank you. But it's also a cultural phenomenon. It's one of the most beautifully designed games, so much so that the title sequence was nominated for Best Title Sequence by the art of the title against major motion pictures and TV shows. The game follows a bunch of high school students who get supernatural powers and become vigilantes. It's a JRPG. It's still $60 and has a Metacritic score of 93. Nier Automata is another weird JRPG, but it's not turn-based. It's an action RPG. See, there's something for everybody here on this list. It's made by Platinum Games, you know, the guys behind The Wonderful 101 and Bayonetta 2. It's praised for its story, its unique setting, but it also has a well-designed gameplay style, something that Platinum Games is known for getting right with all of its games. You can pick it up for about $40, and it has a Metacritic score of 88. Not to be confused with Nier. Nioh is an action RPG developed by Team Ninja. Some say it feels like the spiritual successor to Onimusha. Some say Ninja Gaiden. Some say Dark Souls. I say it's like all of those all rolled into one. It's like someone walked into a conference room and yelled, "All right, they want a new Ninja Gaiden game, but Dark Souls is the new cool thing, so let's make it like that." And everyone said, no. So they made Nioh. Another winner of numerous Game of the Year awards at the time. It's currently $40 on the PSN, but Amazon has a few sellers selling it for just $25. And it has a Metacritic score of 88. I want to do 2 bonus games. SpiderMan for the PS4 is not out yet, but it's going to be out later this year, and it's going to be an exclusive, not a timed exclusive, an exclusive forever, so it is never coming to the Xbox or the Nintendo Switch. It's made by Insomniac Games, who've made Ratchet & Clank, Spyro, Sunset Overdrive, Resistance, so they have a pretty damn good track record. It's not out yet, so I can't comment on how good it is, but it looks good, and it's definitely something worth considering if you're looking into buying a PS4. Also, I want to toss in a PSVR game for good measure. Moss is probably the best PlayStation exclusive VR game. I have a whole interview with the developer, which I'll link right here. A major problem with VR is locomotion. How do you solve the problem of moving your body without feeling like you're moving your body or throwing up everywhere? Moss solves this by having you take control of a little mouse. It's a third-person hack-and-slash platformer. You play a character too, so it feels like you're looking inside of a sandbox. It's great. When I played it at home, however, my PlayStation camera had some issues tracking my controller. This was very clearly a hardware problem, but it did have an effect on my experience. Anyway, if you have a PlayStation VR and want to get some use out of it that's not porn related, make sure you try out Moss. So that's it. Those are the best exclusive games for the PlayStation 4. I honestly think I didn't leave any out, but if I did, leave it in the comments below. Add me on Twitter, all this other social media garbage. What do you want, lumens? You want me to include lumens? I didn't want to do 2 list videos in a row. This channel's not all list videos. But I did want to talk about God of War, and I thought this was the best way to do it. Also, because so many people were talking about God of War, so many people were talking about getting a PlayStation. So this was, I think this was good. I think people are gonna, I hope I helped. Anyway, we got new videos and live streams all the time. Here's our schedule: live streams on YouTube and on twitch.tv/Wulff. You could support us on both of those. If you have an Amazon account, link it to your Twitch account. Then you could support us using Twitch Prime for free. And you can get access to our special Discord server where we talk to our supporters, and you can see some of these videos early and talk in the exclusive chat that shows up on screen during live streams. As always, the most important things that you could do is subscribe and share this video with a friend who has been thinking about getting a PlayStation 4 and needs about 9 good reasons why he should. Thank you guys very much, or she. Have a good week.